Hi everyone, and special hi to Dr. Arlina binti Muhammad On. My name is Kandarban and my metric number is GA03203 and my group member name is Reka Ana Perempuan Ramasamy. Metric number is GA03224 and another group member name is Suhan Rao Ana Lelaki Ramachandra. Metric number is GA03228. Okay, the topic that we are going to present in our today presentation is requirement and procedure of appointment, resignation of director, secretary and auditor of private company. Okay, the topic that I'm going to present in our today presentation is requirement and procedure, appointment and resignation of director. Okay, what is the definition of director? According to Section 2, Company Act 2016, a director is any person occupying the position of director of a corporation by whatever name call and include a person in accordance with the whose director or instruction the majority of director of a corporation are accustomed to act an alternate or substitute director. This is the definition of director. Okay, what is the requirement of director? According to section 196 under 96 of Company Act 2016, a private company is now required to have minimum one director. Okay, the second requirement is requires a director to be at least 18 years of age, and the third requirement is a director shall ordinary resident in Malaysia by having a principal place of residence in Malaysia. A director shall ordinary resident in Malaysia by having a principal place of residence in Malaysia. Okay, what is the procedure of appointment and resignation of director? Okay, first we need to issue a letter of appointment of director, and then we need to prepare a director circular resolution by our secretary, and then we need to extract of director circular resolution and submit the changes through e-submit. Okay, now everything is online. We need to submit the e-submit in the form name is section 58 of Company Act 2016. The same procedure need to going to do in our resignation of director procedure also. First, we need to issue a letter of resignation of existing director, and then we need to issue a director of circular resolution of resignation, and then we need to extract of director of circular resolution, and then we need to submit the changes through e-submit, which is called section of 58 of Company Act 2016. Okay, this is the example of resolution. Okay, director circular resolution. We can see the information of appointment of director, which person who we appoint as a director, and then who is resigned from our director of the company, and then we need to extract the director of circular resolution of the company duly approved by the majority of directors on. We need to write the appointment and also resignation of the director, and then the existing director and also the company secretary have to sign this extract of director resolution. And then this is the example of section 58. This is, we can see the notification of changes in register of director, managers and also secretary. All the information we can see in the section 58. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. Good day to you. Okay, my name is Suhan Rao. My ID number is GA03228. Well, today I'm going to present about company secretary. So what is company secretary does mean, and what is the requirement for company secretary, and appointment and resignation for company secretary. So let's move on first. Okay, so what does company secretary means? Actually, company secretary is one of the most important role in any organization. So the person of company secretary is the person who provide the company document and lodge any kind of document to the register, and also they also does certify the statutory document in accordance with the provision of the Company Act 2016, which is been replaced by the Company Act 1965. The requirement of to be a company secretary under section 235 of Company Act 2016. Okay, to be a company secretary of a company must be a natural person, which is mean like the company secretary must be a normal human being, not a machine or robot to be a company secretary. And also the company secretary should be place of resident in Malaysia, which is they need to be residency in Malaysia. Okay, nevertheless, the company secretary also must be a member of a precise body or is licensed by the register of company, which is called SSM or CCM. Next is the appointment of the company secretary. Under section 236 of Company Act 2016, to appoint any of a new secretary, we must have a letter of appointment, director's circular resolution in appointment, and then we need to extract of the director's circular resolution, and then finally we need to submit all the changes through e-submission, which is called the form, which is the form called is section 58 of Company Act 2016. Okay, next for the resignation of a company secretary. It's the same procedure what we did on appointment also. So first we need to issue a letter of resignation of existing company secretary, which is before we need to appoint a new company secretary, we need to issue a letter for resignation of an existing company secretary. Then the director's circular resolution in a resignation also. Then we need to extract the director's circular resolution, and all finally we need to submit the changes to the e-submission, which is called same form section 58 of Company Act 2016. And here there's a few sample of the document for appointment of the company secretary and resignation of the company secretary. These are the samples of the appointment and resignation, and also as well the form of section 58 of Company Act 2016, which is we submit through the online e-submission whenever we appoint a new company secretary or the resignation for existing company secretary. This is a sample document for the resignation of existing company secretary. This is the example of the appointment of a new secretary, and this is the form for section 58 of Company Act 2016.
Hi, I'm Rika. I'm going to talk about auditors, appointment and resignation procedures. First of all, we must know what's the definition for auditor. An auditor is a person or a firm appointed by a company to execute an audit. To act as an auditor, a person should be certified by a regulatory authority of accounting and auditing process, certain specific qualification. Besides that, the person should be appointed under Section 263 of Company Act 2016 as an approved company auditor. Hence, those person has been not revoked at the time. Now I'm going to tell you how about the procedure for appoint an auditor. There's two types. One is initial appointment. The first time the company going to appoint an auditor, there's a 6 step the company should follow to appoint that auditor. First of all, the company secretary should be come up with director circular resolution for nomination of an auditor. Second, letter of nomination for appointment of auditor once the director approved. So the company secretary should issue the letter. The third one, the new auditor should issue consent to act. Then the following director circular resolution, appointment of the first auditor should be issued by the company secretary. The fifth step should be appointment of auditor. The company secretary should come up with the letter. The sixth or the final letter should be letter of engagement issued by the new auditor. I'm going to tell you about how to appoint the second auditor, I mean the first auditor, they should resign and then they appoint the subsequent auditors. For this, they have to follow 10 steps. Okay, the first steps will be the former auditor should need to issue resignation letter. The second step, company secretary should come up with director circular resolution for nomination of the new auditor. The third step, the company secretary also need to come up with letter of nomination for appointment of auditor. And then the new auditor, once they know they're going to be appointed, what the new auditor should do, they must send a letter of clearance to the ex-auditor to confirm there is no any litigation or any problem faced by the auditor. And then the fifth step will be the former auditor to reply the letter to the new auditor saying that there's any issue or no. It depends on them. And then once it's clear, the new auditor need to issue consent to act to the company secretary and the client, whereby after that the company secretary will issue appointment of first auditor, director resolution, and then the member resolution also should be issued by the company secretary to appoint auditor in place of resignation of an auditor. The ninth step, the company secretary will issue a letter appointment of auditor, and then the last step, the new auditor should issue letter of engagement. Then it already completed the situation. Thank you. We can go through the few samples of letter issued by client, secretary, formal auditor and the new auditor. Here can we see some of the letters such as resignation, appointment, document to be submitted by the formal auditor and so on. I hope with this presentation all of you will be clear how to appoint and resign a director, secretary and auditor. Thanks.